Network service of the NTA.
A very lovely Sunday morning to you, our esteemed viewers. Ramadan Kareem to our Muslim faithfuls, our brothers and sisters in Islam. We say good morning. It's a Sunday morning and it has been raining in the city of Lagos, apparently since yesterday. Well, today it looks like the weather is clearing up a bit, and we hope it holds that way. We welcome you to that show, which takes you into a brand new week, taking you on a jolly good ride into a bright and beautiful new week, talking about the program Morning Ride. Morning Ride comes to you every Sunday morning on the network service of the NTA on the dot of 10. Yes, and we're urging you this morning because we know that there are quite a lot of you that are in your various places of worship, be it the churches, the mosques, or any other place of worship that you have decided, to go this morning. For those of you that are not in any place of worship or the other, that you find yourselves by your TV sets, we urge you to please stay tuned to us as we intend to begin your week on the best note possible. I am Lolade Adeniyi-Adele, and I'm going to be your anchor on the show today. So please give us the 60 minutes of your time as we intend to inform, educate, enlighten, and entertain you. On the program today, we shall be bringing you some short musical clips, yes, because there's so much we have lined up for you. We'll also have some artists that we're going to be speaking with on the program today. Apart from that, we'll be talking about mentoring. Yes, it is important, that our children, our youth, are led in the right path. Even one of the holy books says it that, teach the child the way to go and he or she will not depart from it. So this morning, we're going to be looking at mentoring. Apart from that, we'll be talking very, very significantly about that man. Well, he was the first Nobel laureate from Nigeria, and he is being celebrated at this particular point in time in the life of this great country, Nigeria. Who am I talking about? None other than Professor Wole Soyinka. It's his 80th birthday anniversary, and there are so many celebrations, so many activities all around that are surrounding this particular celebration. We'll be talking to somebody this morning who knows the man inside out, and then we'll find out what programs are lined up for the birthday celebration. So you see that there's so much we have lined up for you this morning on Morning Ride, and we urge you to please stay tuned to us. Let's begin now as we bring you a musical clip, a musical video by Pastor Moses Martins, and it's called Can the Lord Depend on Me?
Is someone willing to stand for God?
That was Can the Lord Depend on Me by Pastor Moses Martins. And the show is still Morning Ride, coming to you on the network service of the NTA. Time now to meet my first guest for this morning. I told you we'll be talking. The part of the things we'll be looking at today is mentoring. What exactly do we mean by mentoring? Well, join me in welcoming this morning my first guest of the day in person of Kendi Imoro. How are you, Kendi?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good morning. Glad to have you here.
Same here. It's a pleasure.
Now we're talking mentoring. What exactly do we mean when we say mentoring? When you want to mentor someone, what exactly do we mean?
Well, huge.
Yes.
Mentoring, first of all, is someone being in the capacity to advise and train a younger person. The person who mentors is an adult.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay. A child cannot mentor a child.
No, no.
But an adult can mentor an adult.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
definitely. Because the adult would definitely have some kind of experience in a chosen field and be able to impact and pass on that, whatever he wants to pass on to the other adult. Yes.
Okay. So basically it's about teaching the way to go.
Yes. It is an effective tool for helping people make progress. I mean, if you want to make progress in a certain area, you have to, I think it's important to have a mentor to guide you. Because at the end of the day, if you have a mentor who is able to guide you, you become productive. And you develop that skill which you probably didn't have when you began that initial project.
Now, when we talk about mentoring, you know, one having a mentor and all of that, I know that mentoring comes in various areas. I mean, it comes in the choice of a career, you know, even generally one's outlook to life and all of that. What area of mentoring are you involved in? Well,
when we mentor, when we talk, because we're involved in mentoring children, we're involved in ensuring that those children have a form of awareness about who they are. We want to awake them to the power within, the purpose, and the unique gifts they have, which at the point before we started, they probably were not aware existed within themselves. And so we want to expose those children that they can be anything, they can do anything. And at the end of the day, the goal is to have a productive child, and a child who is able to come against challenges that may come up in any area of his life.
Okay, that may come up in any area of his life. So, well, you basically work with school children.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Is it the primary school, the secondary, or what, you know, class of children do you work with?
Well, first of all, we work with vulnerable children, disadvantaged children. And so in reaching out to this group of people, we go to communities, first of all, and then to schools, secondary schools. Secondary schools. And when we begin our journey with them, it's identifying those children that have challenges in school, in the schools they are in, and children who in some way have problems. It could be at home, or it could be in any other area of their lives. And so when we identify, with the help of the principal or the teachers in the school, when we identify those children, we're able to sort of begin a program with them. And this program, this journey with those children, usually because of time, the time factor we have, usually takes about 3 months. And
only?
Well, you know, we want to sort of, it depends on the school too, but again, it's only 3 months. Because, I mean, sometimes the schools are not even open to us being able to do this. And so we just have a 3-month program with them. And of course, we're looking at expanding and increasing the number of months we'll have. But then again, that has to, some issues would come in, issue of money, funding, and all that. But basically, for now, it's just 3 months. And we work with a counselor. We don't just go into the school and talk to the children. We have a counselor who is an ordained minister as well, who is able to, if we're not talking about the schoolwork, who is able to also guide that child in other problems that he may be facing. Yeah.
Okay, well, your mentoring, does it also involve career guidance and counseling?
Definitely. We've had subjects where we talk to the children about learning to read and reading to learn, and the importance of having dreams, having goals, and setting goals for themselves. So it's a project that involves the child both in his learning career and in what he wants to be in the future as well.
I know that we go around every day, we hear and meet, you know, various people who say the mentor. And I'm wondering now, what makes Kendi or your organization different from, I mean, every other organization that we've seen? I mean, people say the mentor and all of that. What makes you different?
Well, I would just say our work will tell the difference. Our work will show that we're different from any other mentoring person or group that is around, because we try to have our programs tailored to suit what we do and what we say, in the sense that we have people who are in a position to show respect to the students, to ensure that they care and they love what they do. And in the sense that when they're impacting whatever they are, the children are also willing, because it has to be a relationship, a partnership where the child, the mentee, and the mentor are able to form a relationship that could even go beyond the 3-month period we have. So it's something that we look at mentors, that we say to them, this is something you have to take seriously. This is something they are not in a position to judge the child that they are, that the mentor. And so they're looking at the child from a person that it's coming onto them and saying, what can you do for me? Can you help me? And you're not judging. You should not judge that child. You should just open up your mind and say to that child, okay, I'm available. Tell me whatever. Yes, and that's how we take it. So I would say again, it's how we will do what we do that will makes the difference. Yes.
Now, having taken a look at what you do here, I mean the much that you've said you do, I know that I'm of the opinion that 3 months is certainly not enough.
Yeah.
But you say that there have been some constraints here and there, even with the school. Are you looking at taking this on a larger scale?
Oh, definitely, definitely. We like I would say it again, we're working with funds that we have right now, and we're looking at expanding and working with more adults who, of course, have to pass through our testing process to enable us to know that these are people we can let on to the students that we want them to mentor. And so as long as we have enough funds to do what we're doing, we would definitely expand.
You're a non-profit organization,
yes,
right?
Yes.
So how do you get your funding?
Well, first of all, it's through well-meaning individuals. And of course, we have companies that support us. And of course, this also is a platform. Anybody who likes what we do can get in touch with us and help support some of the projects that
you're taking on.
Yes.
I am looking at the society at large. I'm looking at the kind of children that we're raising today. I'm looking at the level of social decadence. I'm also looking at youth restiveness and all of that. What role does mentoring play in all of this?
Wow, you hit the nail on the head, because actually the youth these days have it's so much the negative culture, negative Western culture they are adopting, and the lack of national consciousness is so evident today. And of course, our typical basic cultural values, which are just going extinct these days with the youths. And so when mentoring comes in, when you find a child at probably a very young age and the child is being mentored, but that child would definitely not go in the way of what the world is dictating to them, which is wrong, but we'll be able to make a difference between what is right and wrong, because you're working with somebody who loves you and is guiding you on a path that is right. I think the problem is this group of youth don't have mentors to probably guide them and tell them this is right, this is wrong. They just have a television they're watching, and that's the only message they're getting, and then they're going to school and the peer pressure as well, and so that's a lot of negative influence on them. And so when you don't have that person, that role model to ensure that you're on the right path, definitely this is a problem that arises.
Generally, as a nation, as parents, as mentors, are we doing enough for these children?
Wow, no, not at all. We're simply paying lip service to what we're doing with the children, because it's not, in Nigeria, over 10 million children are not in school. And that's a huge number for a country like Nigeria. Why is such a number not in school? What's going to happen to this group of children when they're adults, when they're youths? I mean, they'll be exposed to all kinds of things. And that alone is a disadvantage. And as parents, it's not enough to sit in your house and say, okay, I'm raising my child. I'm sending my child to school. What else are you doing with your child? Are you talking to that child? Because the most important thing is children like to be seen and not just watched. These days, we simply watch our children. We don't see them.
They like to be seen and heard.
Yes. We're not seeing them. We're not watching you know, we're not there to see what they're doing, and that's a huge disadvantage.
That's a huge disadvantage. Finally, as we round off this discussion, you say you work with vulnerable children mostly, and well, you operate from the school angle. What has it's a two-pronged question. What has the response from parents been like, and what is the level of collaboration, you know, with the parents themselves? Are they included? Are they involved in this mentoring?
For now, no. We just work with the principals of the schools and the teachers. If we're going to take it, sometimes we've had cases where we had worked with some, I think one or two, it was about 2 or 3 children, and there were such difficult cases, and we had to tell the principal that they had to bring in their parents so we could just have a word with them. You know, that's just about it. When we realize that this is beyond what we can do, we need to talk to your parents, then that's when we bring them in.
Okay, all right. Kendi, we can only wish you the very best
of
luck.
Thank you so much.
I must tell you, it's a huge task you have.
It's not easy. I'm going to tell you that.
It's a huge task you have out there. Because when we take a look at our children, you know, the kind of children we're raising these days, I must say I don't envy you at all. But, well, we will support you as much as we can.
Great to hear. Thank you very much.
Definitely we will.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Thank you.
I have been speaking with Adeniyi-Adele, and she is a mentor. She's basically, you know, taking a cue from, I think, what one of the holy books says, that we should teach our children the way to go, and they sure will not depart from it. And that is what she and her group, what they're trying to do with our children in the schools, in the public schools. That's where they have started from, and we're looking forward to, you know, them growing bigger and spreading their tentacles further. Once again, we thank you for being a part of the show.
Thank you for having me.
Morning Ride continues now as we bring you this musical clip. It is titled Oniro, and it is by Kola Soul. Please stay with us.